Um, okay. So for the first question that we would like to ask you is that how did you start out as a female media practitioner? What is your story in the
When I
industry?
graduated college, I worked for a real estate company for about a year. But I've always wanted to work as a reporter, news anchor. So I printed out my resume and just went to the gates of different networks and took my chances. And that's how I got my first interview for my first job back then in GMA.
Which college did you?
Ateneo de Manila.
What are the successes or milestones that, as a what were you able to accomplish so far in your job?
Well, I've been in the industry for 7 years already, and I really started getting known to the public through radio more than TV initially. And my radio experience really molded me to become more opinionated and to be more, I guess, aggressive in tackling a story. And my storytelling capabilities were honed during my radio years, which was about 4.5 years. And that in hand with my TV work helped me develop the persona that I have now as a TV personality. And it becomes easier for me to switch from that radio persona to TV persona, although it's not very different. But um, it's something that I learned along the way, and I don't think I would have done or I would have been able to mold myself into who I am now without both of the platforms in media.
Thank you. Another question we'd like to ask is, could you tell us about some of the challenges that you faced or how you overcame them during your time as a practitioner?
Well, I guess the biggest challenge always in whatever field you're in would be the way you deal with people or the people around you. So initially, I used to turn a blind eye to things that I didn't want to see. You know, the negative opinions or things that were happening around me, especially comments that were about me that would bring me down more than uplift me. And eventually, you know, I learned to become stronger. I learned to be more independent and not dependent on the opinions of other people when it comes to my value. Because when you start doing that, then it's an endless spiral down, and that's something that I had to learn critically over the years. It's not easy because initially, of course, we want to please everyone, and then you come to realize that you can't, and that you have to know who you are. You have to know the opinions that you hold, and know them for sure, so that when these things happen around you, it doesn't really bring you down. And when it comes to your relationship with the people who work with you, is also very important because they're the ones who are going to hold you together.
These opinions or critics that you get, does it help mold you or shape you in a way or
Oh, it
change
does.
you?
It does. I think at the end of the day, it's polishing you. It's a polishing process. It's painful. It's sometimes uh, very discouraging, but any polishing time in your life into molding who you are is not easy. So whether you're an athlete, a team personality, a student, or whatever work you're in, you go through those years of polishing yourself, and I consider them fruitful years of my life.
For the next question, last question, what advice would you give to future female media practitioners, especially communication students?
I also took communications back in college, and I know that communication students have a difficult time focusing their energy on a specific, say, career. Only because communication is so broad. There's there's radio, there's print, there's TV, etc. And now we have online, which is so powerful. My advice is, as young as you are, college students, you have to know which area you're good at. Are you good at writing? Writing for print, online? Do you think you're good with stories? Are you more of a storyteller? Are you the behind the camera kind of personality, or do you like to be in front of it? So that when you know what you're good at, then you can narrow down the specifics of your communication skills and hone it further. Because communications, it's really broad. I mean, when I was in college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I did TV, I did radio, I did news writing. I took all these courses, and it took me quite a while after I graduated college to realize that I wanted to be in front of the camera. And so that my advice to you is, you have to figure that out as young as you are, so that all the courses that you're taking will be beneficial to you after you graduate college, and you don't waste your time while you're in school, because that's really precious time and money too, and resources. So that is my advice. And once you've got that figured out, it will be an easier process for you, because now you know what jobs to apply for, what companies are in need of your talent. But generally, my advice also is read up. Read your newspapers in the morning. Read especially historical materials, political materials, because in being in communication, you have to have a wide range of knowledge about different things. And usually, you write about, unless you're going to go into the fashion industry, then you're going to need a lot of history. You're gonna need a lot of political background, knowledge-wise, to help you in all of these areas.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Is
much.
the traffic coming here?
No.
No? Okay, good.
Milestones and advice that you could give to future media practitioners, especially communication students.
Okay. Hindi na makita yung pa ako, no? I just wear. I will change na my shoes na.
It's okay.
Okay. Is somebody gonna be interviewing me? Okay.